This is an explicit podcast. Welcome everybody to episode 50 of the AgeofSigBrah podcast. I am Gary Hennessy, and with me as always we have
Andy Talbot.
Hello Andy, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, none too
I
bad.
feel like we've been here before.
Yeah, weird. So, let's get straight into it.
Sure.
So sponsors. First up, we have Mierce Miniatures. That's MIERCE-miniatures.com. Now, we have got some cool news from them, and I can't find my phone that had all the information.
Cool.
Cool, I've got it.
So good.
Professional as always. So,
Seamless.
Tim from Mierce's sent me a few pictures of some cool stuff they're bringing out.
Yeah.
So
Pictures, always great for a podcast.
yeah, as always, it's absolutely perfect. So we talked on last episode about the Blight Beasts,
Yep.
like what I'm using as alternative Beasts of Nurgle.
God, wait, that was a while ago we recorded
Yeah, it was fucking ages ago. Yeah, that was quite a while ago. But they have also got this cool character called a Blightbringer.
Yes.
So he can kind of make quite a cool alternative for something like a Nurgle Chaos Lord.
Yep.
Or I'm probably going to use him as, I think they're the Harbingers of Decay.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
kinda like the-
The old model with the scythe and the crow on the sign.
Yeah, which is a
Yep.
fucking super sweet
Yeah, it
model.
was.
But if you're looking for an alternative,
Yep.
that'll work really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I really like his scythe. His scythe's kind of like a bit different, isn't it?
It's cool. And the beast, it's not really it's like a weird horse.
half horse.
Yeah, half.
But not half man.
Not half. No, that sounds like a dead horse, which was fine.
half a horse.
Which is fine. Yeah.
2 legs.
Yeah. So we are also sponsored by
elementgames.co.uk. Obviously, you know them, you love them. Element Games do great service.
Yeah.
Go check them out and also use the link in our show notes to help support the podcast as well.
They've got some we mentioned last time, but they've got some cool like plague fly objective.
Yeah,
tokens,
yeah,
if you're
very,
looking for
yeah.
some quick
Very
objectives.
apt for some Maggotkin.
Exactly. So you'll find it in the the Element Essentials page.
Yeah, it's part of their Element Essentials range, yeah.
Yeah. So Maggotkin.
Maggotkin.
That's kind of what we're going to do this episode about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all came about. It made it possibly the best Christmas ever for me, because I think,
Is it for one reason and one reason only? That's the Nurgling following the Christmas words.
yeah, exactly. Some people call them lyrics, but I prefer Christmas words. Yeah.
You fuck.
But
I will
mean-
replace every lyric now with Christmas words.
Christmas word. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of all Christmas words.
Singular.
But I mean, how cool was that video? I mean, I know it's
was
been
great.
a while now, but
It was great, yeah.
Jeez Louise,
God, yeah,
that's
Christmas. That was a while ago.
Yeah, exactly. But I like reminiscing when it's
Yeah,
about
Nurglemas.
Nurgle. Yeah, exactly. And that was so cool. But yeah, let's just so sweet models.
Yes.
Aren't they? They're really. And now I was when it originally dropped. I was like, oh sweet, I've done my Nurgle army, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
won't
yeah.
really need to pick that much up. And it's like, oh, I've spent this much money on stuff.
I'll have
It's
one
like-
of everything new, please.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the awesome Great Unclean one.
Yep.
You've got all the new characters.
Yeah.
You've got the Puscoil Blight Lords.
Yes.
Which are really, really cool. It was just such a cool release.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the things where obviously we're recording this a lot later, but it's we've got to cover ground that we've missed.
Oh, yeah,
And I
it's
think it
still-
would be remiss of us not to cover the Maggotkin.
100. Yeah, it was a big
cool
release. And even now, like you're seeing a hell of a lot of it. I mean, over the past few weeks, you're still seeing a lot of Great Unclean ones, and
Yeah.
Rotigus, and all the different variants and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
It's still very prevalent on Twitter, on Facebook,
Yeah,
anywhere that you're
yeah.
looking. Lots of people are still working on their Maggotkin stuff.
Yeah, I got to say the Great Unclean one, the way it's actually made,
Right.
is like really weird in an amazing way. I've not built a model
Okay.
like that before.
What do you mean?
So the way, obviously, they when we saw at Warhammer Fest, they're doing like a lot more of CAD
Yes.
sculpting and stuff like that, and a lot of the new, I'd say, from really the Maggotkin release, lots of the models, like, they look really cool in the photos, but in the flesh, there's just another world of good because they use their space. If you get what I mean.
I get
they
you.
use that 3D space, like the
all the room on the base.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Pox Scrivener.
Yes.
That was the one I was probably least excited about on release. I still liked it, but I was least excited about it.
Is he the guy with the scroll, or is he the guy with the big nose mouth thing coming over his?
He's got both.
Is that one model?
Yeah, it's one model.
Cool.
But yeah, he really, like, he's such a 3D. I was talking to Chris about this, and it's a really weird word to use, but it fits it well.
Okay.
It's just a really 3D model.
Right, okay.
It just uses that whole area, like sphere around it.
I did hate those cardboard ones before.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it is cool.
yeah, like the Great Unclean one, like compared to, say, which probably the release wasn't huge time apart, but like, say, the Glotkin and the Great Unclean one, the Glotkin, you have to do it looks super cool, but you have to do a fair bit of, like, gap filling.
Right, okay.
And the gaps are in really annoying places most of the time. Where the Great Unclean one, it's got the way it's designed, it's almost like it's kind of one of those 3D puzzles where it's suddenly like, oh, it's a Great Unclean one. Like, it kind of just like all fits together, and a lot of like the gaps and the connections they connect between the folds.
Oh,
So
right,
when you glue
okay.
it together, you can't see a lot of the connection points because they're in the folds and underneath and stuff like that.
That's really cool. That's really clever.
Yeah, it's really clever. I mean, I literally did hardly... I mean, the only kind of... The way I do... I'm sure people will hate this, but a lot of the way I do gap filling is when I'm sticking it together, I put more...
Plastic glue
on the edges than needed.
Yeah.
And when I squeeze it together, most of the time it melts the seams together.
Yeah.
And but yeah, like I had to do that so little on Rotigus because the way it was engineered, it's just incredible. It's genuinely. Like, I think I've talked on the podcast a fair bit before about me. Like,
I can't remember, mate. It's so long ago.
Yeah, it's true. I don't actually like the putting models together. I have zero interest in.
Right.
Like, I get people who do.
Yeah.
I get people who really like it because they're cool model kits. I don't get any.
And like me, that's as far as they get.
Yeah, that's just for you. You must love it because that's your main stage. But yeah, like, it's not part of the hobby that I enjoy at all.
Yeah.
The more we go into, like, you see like the Redemptor Dreads and stuff like that. That's like 12 pieces and it's together. That's
the
fine with
easy
me.
to build kits.
Yeah, that's more than fine. Give that to me. I'm happy with easy to build models in the range. That's cool with me. But yeah, it was actually genuinely fun to build, to see how it all came together.
That's cool.
And like I can't wait to build the other ones because the other variant bits are really, really cool. Like,
you gonna magnetize those?
I'll probably, obviously Rotigus is all built.
Yes,
The next one, what I'll probably do is I probably will magnetize it, which if you want to do, Terry Pike basically shows like a lot of the connection points on his Twitter feed, so it's worth checking that out.
Yeah.
It seems fairly simple to do, which is great. So I'll probably do that with the second and third one, because then if I want, I can have like two of the bile bells on the table.
Yeah.
If I want to go full combat, I can have two of the combat fitted ones, stuff like that. Where Rotigus is, I always want it as Rotigus.
Gives you more choice, more bang for your buck.
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly. I think it's worthwhile doing. But yeah, it's just one of those things I wanted to bring up because it's so unlike me to enjoy putting a model together.
That's new.
Yeah.
That's definitely new.
Yeah, but like the same thing with like the Blight Lord of Blights.
Yeah.
Like the cool guy with the hammer and shield. He was really nice to put together, really simple, epic. I think I've said before, probably my favourite model to date in general.
Is he?
Yeah, just that pose, that really stoic pose. Like, he doesn't look static. He just looks like he's just like
heavy.
He looks heavy. He looks like he's waiting, evaluating the battlefield.
Yeah,
and just going,
yeah.
I've got a massive shield. I've got a
Come
massive
at me,
hammer.
bro.
You come at me. I'll wait here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But again, like the Lord of Afflictions was probably a bit more complicated, not difficult, but a more intricate kit to put together.
And he's the guy that's on the Blight drone.
Yes, he's the Puscoil character.
Yeah.
But compared to I'm not a fan of putting together Blight drones.
Sure.
But putting him together, again, like the Blight drones have kind of, because they're like the Rotfly cut in half.
Yeah.
There's a very obvious line directly down the middle. This guy's kind of put together a bit differently, so there's not many.
Okay.
The Rotfly doesn't have that many visible
these
seams.
have got like a plastic connection to the base as well, haven't they?
Yeah,
so they've clearly re-engineered them in some way.
Yeah, and that's really cool. And it's just a very exciting range.
It is really
I think
nice.
it's been released, and I do look forward to. I've still not really worked out a list where they actually, they're worth their points in the list, but I like the look of the Puscoils.
Yeah.
Like they're real.
Yeah.
And it's me.
Blight Kings on drones.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, they're fucking cool.
Yeah.
And looking at the kit, there's so many different options that I didn't see.
Okay.
Like, because there's one that's got like mushrooms all over his armour.
Oh, right, okay.
That's really fucking cool. Like, that's really cool. So I can see me eventually doing like a all-flying army with those on the.
There's got to be a battalion.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. It's just them. I think it's just them and the character.
Yeah.
It might be if it's with Blight drones as well. That'd be amazing. But there's not. It kind of went down. The book kind of went down like the Zinchi way of doing it, where there's more Alls and Demons. There's no real mixes, which I think's a shame. I think it'd be nice to have a mix, because the I really like the look of my army on the table. Like the mix of demons and Rotbringers is basically which are my favourite models. That's the army. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it model wise.
Yeah.
So background. I think we're going to take with our reviews. I think we decided to do a bit more like we've done with the Triumvirate and go a bit more into the background and lore, because there's, if you want a really good evaluation of the book, rules wise, on TGA you've got Chris Tomlin's post. It's done a really good in-depth look at the rules. And you've also got the Facehammer podcast that do a really good evaluation of
did
what
a really,
they
really
like.
good one,
and you get quite a cool perk there with having people who play test it, which I always find really intriguing about what they think about
definitely
stuff and that, and hearing that they toned some of the abilities and that down, and I'm like, shit, that's still really good. They must have been ridiculous. But and you also got Pro Painted have done the cover of the book, which is really interesting, goes through kind of, I would say, a little bit of a mix, but mainly the hobby aspect of what Matt's doing with his army and stuff like that.
His Cathurgal and all that.
And what and him basically, I think from the sound of it, slowly doing an army with the new models. Yeah. Because he's doing more Warhammer World events and stuff like that, where you need GW models, and hearing obviously Rob's insane. I think he likes to call them kit bashes.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Just minor things. One or two just little head swaps, yeah? Yeah. I mean, I really like the subtle changes where you can't really tell it's different from the standard model. I get you, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. But but yeah, that's so all three of those definitely worth checking out. Yeah. So the background. Now, Nurgle's had quite a lot of love in AOS.
They have.
Quite a lot of the Realmgate Wars was about Papa Nurgle trying to take over Gairan, so the Realm of Life. Yep. Gets foiled. Oh, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. That's probably just a spoiler alert from now on. If you're not sure what's going on. Don't worry, he's fine. He's fine. But
Papa Nurgle's fine.
Yeah, so you had that fight with Torglug, who was Nurgle's champion at the time. The fucker. Now Torglug the Despised, he's called. Yeah. So you had him leading kind of Nurgle's armies through Gairan to basically try and get the
Garden of Nurgle to infest it, wasn't it?
Yeah, and to basically, because Ilaria was in her phase of rest, the winter phase. Yeah. So they were trying to hunt down her soul pod to kill that. Didn't quite do it. I think it's something to do with GW making a model.
Good old game of keep away there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it'd be gutted if they went and they just Nurgle won and they just had to put the Ilarion.
Can you imagine the person that designed that? Just be like, you wrote what?
Yeah. Just you can just imagine like a massive guy just picking it up and putting it in the furnace. Like, sorry, bro. But yeah, so you had that as a background we kind of already knew about.
Yep.
And then the Genesis gate was the gate from the Nurgle's Garden to Gairan.
Yep.
And that's the one, and you first saw the Prime.
You did, yeah.
Then he came down, started fucking hammer time and shit. Yeah, and so then he kind of Nurgle took a back seat. He's very emotional. He gets like happy and sulky.
Oh yeah.
Quite a lot. So you had
emo kid.
Yeah, so you kind of had him on and like that's really interesting. In the book, it kind of describes his power is described as like ebbs and flows.
Yep.
Where he has these stages of being when he's really happy and really like going for it. There's lots of like Nurgle ascendance and that kind. I'll go into a bit later about the Garden of Nurgle with that. So he kind of got out of his stupor of being annoyed about losing Gairan and went, you know what? I'm being selfish. I'm just looking at one realm. There's like 7 others.
There's loads of other life going around.
Yeah, so then he kind of... I need to tell you now, if you haven't already, download the Malign Portent shorts. They're really, really good. And a lot of them, like one of them is about Rotigus, and one of them, my favourite one's about Horticulus.
Right.
Actually, I think there's 2 or 3 about Horticulus. He appears quite a lot in them.
Greedy,
yeah. But I just love the fact that Nurgle comes to him and goes, I need you to do this. And he's like, oh.
I have to do anything.
Yeah, he's thought to be the first Plague Bearer.
Yes, yeah.
So... like, he's just their he's Nurgle's gardener. Like, he's his head gardener. So he likes being in the realm of Nurgle's garden.
Yeah.
So he likes to tend to it. And he kind of has lots of passing thoughts when he's in one of the realms. Because he's like, I really hope that Plague Bearer did that job I gave him. Because it's really... And this is like mid-fight. He's kind of like, I really hope he does that.
God, I really hope he flicked that dead body over.
It is that kind of thing. It's really funny where he is a gardener. He's not a fighter.
So good.
But he's kind of given the duty to go through the realms and basically spread Nurgle's joy. By planting like blight seeds and stuff.
Yeah.
I went on a whim. I'm not sure if blight seeds is a thing, but it makes sense.
Why not? It sounds good.
Yeah.
Chuck it in.
It's like you can add skull and blood to something, and you've probably got a corn champion or
why
unit.
not? Yeah.
So then you got a bit of a resurgence with BlightWar, where you first saw Horticulus. So that was him kind of going through the realms. I think he's in the realm of beasts when that particular bit's set. So you've got some cool like background and lore from that's also kind of covered in this. So it's quite good.
Neve sent to assassinate him.
Yeah,
and all that.
exactly. Yeah. So you've got at the beginning of the book, like I'd say the first like third really nicely sums up what's happened with Nurgle so far. Because obviously he's been in quite a bit of it. It's good to have a wrap up of that.
Yeah.
The Glotkin are kind of in this like vine prison.
Love it. The West Country bros.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of basically in this like little prison that Nurgle set up because they failed him, and then when he's happy, he's like, you know what, I forgive you. I'm gonna let the
have another go.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you 3 back out. Like go. So it's kind of described that they're like, right, we're not gonna fuck this up now. So they like kind of build like a massive Rotbringer warband with them.
Yep.
But it kind of goes through like Grandfather Nurgle, the fact that he's not actually like a malicious god. He really likes the life cycle.
Okay.
So the fact that life goes to death creates an abundance of life through like spores, maggots. Like
yeah.
He just doesn't
return to the earth and all that.
Yeah, exactly. He just doesn't put like human beings above the other creatures.
Yeah.
So he doesn't put them above flies, mate. They're kind of all the same life cycle.
Sure.
Which is a really interesting part when we eventually do an episode on Malign Portents, because that's kind of the thing that Nurgle's pissed off about.
Yeah, it is
breaking the life cycle.
So spoiler alert.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sorry. Nagash brings stuff back to life.
Nagash likes dead things. Yeah. Spoilers.
So with like the Garden of Nurgle, so it's kind of his garden is his realm, and he has like this big manse in the middle, which is really cool. That's his little house.
Yeah,
like, it's really what it's like. Describes the house with a basement.
Actually,
he's got a basement. His basement is where his cauldron is that he makes all the diseases.
Lovely.
So that's really cool. And he again, like when he's in Resurgence, when he's kind of Nurgle Ascended. Yeah. It describes how his garden kind of spills into the other gods' realms, and they get really pissed off.
Right. Okay.
So it's like there'll be fields of dried ash and skulls in Khorne's realm, and suddenly they start like sprouting like life and flowers, and Khorne gets really angry. He's like, what the fuck's going on? And I just read it, and then when he's in like, you know, he's kind of on the back foot, it kind of all recedes back to his like small
into his basement.
Yeah, kind of like back to an allotment. Like,
the allotment of Nurgle doesn't quite sound as threatening, does it?
No, not quite. But I really like it goes in, and the other thing as well, the art in the book is like there's particularly on the page with talking about Garden of Nurgle. I don't know how to describe that art style.
Okay.
I absolutely fucking love it.
Right.
It's so cool. So, like, again, I don't think you can really go wrong with the battletomes at the moment.
No, they are quality products, aren't they?
But that's really cool. So it goes through as well kind of your, the split between, like, the demons and the Rotbringers.
Okay.
That they have quite different jobs. Under Nurgle's banner. So, like, you've got your plague bearers that kind of toll up all the plague. They are the tallymen,
yeah.
So they tally up all the plagues and what's going on. They're kind of like the bookkeepers.
Okay.
Where the Rotbringers are really like the two, you know, call to arms.
Yes,
let's fuck stuff up,
right? Kind
of thing. And it says how the way they do it, the Rotbringers do it, is like if they find like a shrine from, they just fill it with muck.
Okay.
Not the word I would use, but it's described as muck.
Sweet.
So I think my notes,
the Pokemon.
Pretty much, yeah. but that's really cool. Like the difference between the two, because you've kind of got. I think it's the plague bearers. You know, each book kind of now has like a setup of how the army command structure is.
Yeah.
And you've got like the plague legions where you have a great unclean one. And then
I wonder how many of them there are.
Yeah, and then it kind of like it breaks down into like, you know, the smaller things and into the tallymen and stuff like that.
Cool.
And then you've got the Rotbringer ones, which I think it's Contagiums.
Contagiums?
Yeah, Contagiums.
Okay. I like
TM, yeah. Are the Rotbringers one, and what's really good is at the top is just always Glotkin. It's always the Glotkin is like they are just in charge of it all.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is really cool. But one of the coolest thing in it, like it's described under the section as desecration in Nurgle's name, and it describes these things known as filth pits.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, Nurgly filth pits. That's that kind of
disgusting pit of disgustingness. Yeah, very Nurgly.
But they're made by things called rear maggots.
We Are Maggots?
No, We Are.
That sounds a great band name, by the way.
WYRR.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
We Are Maggots.
Yeah.
Which are basically like giant maggots that they chain up and basically dig massive tunnels with.
Oh, that's cool.
And they create like the symbol of Nurgle. So
right.
They do like 3 circles.
Yeah.
And this is like a big abundance of power for Nurgle, and they fill it with, you know, muck. They fill it with mucks, as you know, as you do. But they're kind of that's when they really like consecrate the ground in Nurgle's name.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, which is
that's quite cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I just think that's really cool. And one of the
using it to poison the ground underneath.
Yeah, that's like the real...
make all these like Nurgly catacombs. And
yeah,
stuff.
like that's really like the sign that Nurgle's taken over.
Yeah,
that ground. And there's you have kind of like the timeline in the battletomes.
Yeah,
like the loose timeline. One of my favourite stories is the Maggot Pit.
Okay.
So this is to do with I forgot his actual name. Not Weetabix Twice Come.
Oh, no, I haven't, because you say it's that so much.
Weetabix Twice Come and Orgut's Demon Spew. So it's those two.
God, I'm really annoyed now. Yeah. I'm just going to be trying to think of that the whole time, but continue talking anyway.
And their kind of Rotbringer army kill this ogre tribe. And they start throwing the ogres, basically all the surviving ogres, into one of the filth pits.
Okay.
And then throw in one maggot.
And one of these weird maggots?
No, just a maggot.
Just a single tiny maggot. Right, okay.
Yeah. They throw it in it, and then it basically starts eating its way through all of the ogres, and then splits up into more and more, and then eventually Bloab Rotspawn climbs out of it.
Oh, really?
So it's like that's how he comes back.
That's good.
He was killed.
Cool.
Yeah, because he was killed in the Realmgate Wars.
Right.
And so I think Torglug killed him. Mm-hmm. Not Torglug. Whoever he comes back as.
What not the despised guy? So
his
ascendant form.
Yeah, he's known as Torglug the Despised to Nurgle followers, but I can't remember his because if you don't know, he becomes a lord. Is it Zeros?
Knight. Oh, the Knight of Zeros. Yeah, the Knight of Zeros, the Stormcast.
Yeah, the one with the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's the one with the lantern. What's the one with the bow? I forget again.
Yeah. Bow, dude.
Names. We're good with names.
We've not recorded in about 3 months. So he comes back as one of them.
Yeah.
So he's now known as Torglug the Despised. So you've got another really cool story in there, which is to do with the Grey Water fastness.
Oh yeah, one of the new cities. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like how they're kind of putting these stuff heavy into the background.
Yeah,
they're becoming really. It's not just that was one of the
a random mention.
Yeah, it's like these are really becoming proper places.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is really sweet. Hammerhall.
Hammerhall. Yeah.
Great
the Phoenicium and all that.
Yeah, which is amazing.
I love that name. It's so good.
But they
one name I can remember.
Yeah, which is probably one of the more difficult names to remember.
Knight Venator.
That's it. Yeah. So they kind of know that the Grey Water fastness has basically proper hardcore weapons of war.
Right. Yeah.
And so they summon lots of Gnolls all around it. So at the moment, it's basically surrounded by them.
Ah, right.
To try and basically keep it in a pocket.
Yeah.
And it's I thought that was really cool.
That's cool.
And the other one, which I think it just has if I ever did an album. Yes, Morbidex Twiceborn. That's it. But if I ever did an album, I would want it to be called this, which is Wrath of the Land Kraken.
That sounds amazing.
Who doesn't want to read?
Why would that not be the best thing? That could be any type of music as well, couldn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That could be electro, that could be heavy metal, that could be anything that you're thinking about, couldn't it?
Yeah, I'd like it to be really light, ambient, elevator music.
What's this white noise?
Yeah, what's this from? Oh, Wrath of the Land Kraken.
Could it just be white noise of just sea noises most of the way through, and then right at the end, it's just the Kraken.
Yes, it's just roaring. But it's to do with Gutrot Spume.
Right.
And obviously he has the big plague Kraken. So it's to do with that and his pirates attacking Hammerhall Ashki.
Yeah. The Realm of Fire.
So the Realm of Fire part of Hammerhall. So if you don't know, it's got 2 parts. It's got one in the Realm of Fire, one in the Realm of Life.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Really cool.
Really awesome. But he has to retreat, but basically at the moment he's kind of Nurgle-fied all the outer districts.
Oh, okay.
So Nurgle's got a bit of a foothold in
Hammerhall.
In Hammerhall.
Oh, that's interesting.
On that side and on the out. So it's not big, but a lot of the outer bits are Nurgle.
Oh, that's cool.
Now that's really cool.
That's interesting.
So I thought maybe we'd spend a little bit of time talking about the new characters.
Yeah.
So obviously Lord of Plagues, blah blah blah. Great Unclean Ones. Yep, cool.
Yep.
Now on Great Unclean Ones you've got Rotigus.
You do.
Who is one of my favourite models released.
Sweet cowl.
I mean, he's got a cowl and a half.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But, so he's known as the Rainfather.
Okay.
So he's got that name.
So he's a weatherman.
Close to it. He, lots of, disillusioned, nomad tribes and, villages with, very superstitious backgrounds and that. When they go through droughts, they get word of the Rainfather.
Okay.
And if they pray to him, you'll get rain.
Right.
So these tribes start to forget about their old gods and stuff like that and start worshipping the Rainfather.
Sure.
And from reading it seems the Rainfather is very nice, and he always answers like his worshippers.
Yeah, pleases and thank yous, loves them. Yeah.
The problem is when it starts raining, it starts raining Nurgle filth. So it describes like all the crops grow.
Yeah.
Like, they grow, but they're grown and they're filled with like maggots and worms and stuff like that. And basically, it says before these places, just on the pinnacle of them realising that they're worshipping Nurgle, the Rainfather appears and goes, "What's that?" He just goes and starts smashing shit up and that.
I love that.
Which I really like. I love that. I like that part of like, oh fuck, that realization. It's like, shit, we're worshipping Nurgle.
I love the fact that kind of like Nurgle and Rotigers himself is probably actually thinking at that point as well. It's like, you prayed to me just for rain to make your crops grow, but what I've actually done is I've given you loads of extra life as well.
Yeah.
It's like I've really helped you out here. Like I've given you veg and life and other like maggots and stuff. What more could you want?
What could you want? Exactly. It's just really cool. And he, what's really cool is like that. The whole bringing the rain down is his spell.
Bring the rain.
Yeah. So that would be a better name for it. It's called Delusion Nurgle, which obviously it gets you hit all those multiple units because it's literally raining.
Oh,
that's why it's hitting loads of units.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was
like Rain of Stars.
Yeah, I like Rain of Stars. Yeah. Well, that's like a description for the stars falling rather than it be actually rain. But yeah, that's really cool. And you've got the Lord of Afflictions as well that we've talked about already. So he's kind of, as you expect from the model, he's kind of a Blight King Lord.
Yep.
But in charge of the Pusgoyles, which are...
How many titles does he want? King, Lord?
Yeah, I mean, I'm adding a lot of these to him.
Greedy.
Yeah. He is greedy, yeah. So it goes into, like, his rot fly and, like, the... right, I'm going to get this horribly wrong.
Why change?
Why change? You enjoy it? So the Dolorous Toxin.
Okay.
Which is his... Not as in toxin...
Or DeLorean.
Or DeLorean. Yeah, that would have been fucking cool. But yeah. But it's TOCSIN. So Toxin.
Okay.
Which is like the massive bronze bell that he attaches to the rotfly.
Okay.
And it kind of describes that when he flies in, this thing just goes boom. It's just like smashing the shit out of stuff.
I love that. That's great.
But it's constantly tolling for Nurgle. So it's kind of his way to vie for Nurgle's attention.
Yeah.
He's like,
look at me.
I just smashed that guy apart.
Look at me.
It's exactly it. So it's because...
I just got a picture of him literally just flying in one spot with one guy that's just helpless there, just basically just like smashing him. It's like, hey, Nurgle, look.
But that's like one of the signs of like the load, like a Pusgoyle army arriving, is that people hear these bells.
Okay.
And then they're like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then they hear the drones.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're fucked.
Yeah.
And they also carry things, I believe, again, I'm going to get it wrong, but called an incubatch, which on the model, if you choose it, it's the corpse he's holding.
Okay.
Which is basically a hotspot, like, for loads of Nurgle's diseases.
Is this the guy that's been basically loaded up so much and he's used as basically a chemical bomb?
Yeah.
This is great.
He's basically it's a corpse full of as many of Nurgle's diseases.
Yeah.
That you can before it just explodes, but it's literally on that pinnacle.
Yeah.
So he holds it and goes, yours, and then it just pops and goes crazy, which is really
so
cool.
Good.
I'm going to save the best one till last.
Okay.
So let's go on to the Spoilpox Scriveners.
Yes.
Now, again, as I say, at the time it wasn't my favourite model. I like it loads now, but his background is absolutely fucking fantastic.
Okay.
So basically, he's a foreman for plague bearers.
Foreman, okay.
Like he's kind of the guy in charge.
Right.
So he has to make sure that they're
they're meeting health and safety.
Meeting health and safety and miss health and safety. But if you're unaware with Nurgle, certain aspects of them are super jolly and happy.
Yeah.
So like Nurglings and Great Unclean Ones are really happy, playful creatures.
Yep.
Plague Bearers are the opposite. Plague Bearers are really grumpy, like upset, like dowly creatures. Yep. So he's described as being really spiteful and like he just hates like Nurglings. He hates everything.
Okay.
He makes his Nurgling that walks around eat all the paper. He's a shredder.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the Nurgling on his base, he's force feeding. Like,
is he?
Like the old sheets that need, data protection. Like he's taking it seriously.
Love it.
But the way he's described as well, basically kind of to me sounds like Scrooge.
Okay.
But as a plague bearer, I really like the fact that you could just replace Scrooge with him in, the Christmas Carol.
I'm definitely thinking the Muppets Christmas Carol when it comes to being
why
involved
would you
in
ever think of
Nurglings.
any other Christmas Carol? Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
With him as Scrooge and then the rats, they're Nurglings.
Yes, there you go.
There we go.
Sounds great.
That would be amazing. Next Christmas.
Gonzo and what's the rat guy that always does the narrative narration of it all. Yeah. Just those two as Nurglings is doing all like
it'd be absolutely amazing. But he's actually what he's noting down is he's not doing tallies like the other plague bearers. He's writing down all the plague bearers that aren't pulling their weight.
Okay.
So he's like, he's shit, he's shit, he's shit. And what they do is, if they are on basically
terminate their contracts.
Yeah, well, in a way, if they're at the bottom of the list, they have to become the sloppity bile pipers.
Oh, right, okay.
So they get given...
They seem like they love it, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think they do, but they don't at the same time. So they've got
They're told to love it.
Yeah, well, they get given this disease called the chortling moran.
Okay.
Which basically makes people laugh to death.
Oh.
So they have, like...
There's worse ways to go.
Yeah, it's described as, like, well... If you read it, there's probably not.
Oh, really?
It sounds really bad.
Cool.
Like, I think it's like you're laughing, but you're not laughing because you want to laugh.
Oh no!
But it's described
it's got
as
to the point where it hurts.
Yeah,
that's what it just. Okay.
Yeah, it describes that it hurts, and then your lungs basically start to dissolve and split apart, and then your intestines. You basically get like hemorrhaging and stuff starts popping out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Less fun.
Yeah, but it's like they're kind of like the jokers and jesters in the army. And what I didn't know is if you look at the model, he's got like a little stick with a jester's hat on with a plague bearer's face. That was the last sloppity bowl piper.
Oh, really?
So he's actually on the stick.
Amazing.
That he uses. But what's really funny is that they kind of like plague bearers hate them. Yeah. So they want to do a good job so they don't become one. But great unclean ones and Nurglings love them. Yeah. They're like their favourite dude. Yeah, he comes round, tells jokes, does practical jokes. Everyone, they love him.
Card tricks.
I assume so, yeah. But they, what's cool about that is I didn't realise that till I double checked it.
Okay.
But what's really cool about that is in the rules, if a great unclean one or Nurglings are near a sloppity bowl piper, they get to reroll failed hits.
Oh, that's cool.
Because they're like, this guy is cool. We love this guy.
This guy.
Yeah. But I just really like that. I think that's like really fucking awesome.
That is awesome, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of most of like, obviously a light overview.
Yeah.
Of the background. But yeah, it's just really cool. Once again, it's just done a really cool job of like, just, I think you could probably hear, like, I really like it. It's one of those things where if you like Nurgle, you'll love it.
Yeah. Probably won't change your opinion if you weren't a fan before. I
don't know. I think they've done stuff that I would say if you're on the fence, you'll probably go, you might not fall in love with them, but you'll think, actually, they're pretty cool. Because they're kind of, I think they were saying, like, in the Chaos Pantheon, you've got like Khorne at the top.
Okay.
Power, then you've got Tzeentch, and then technically Nurgle's third.
Okay.
But because his power's ever increasing and decreasing, he's not really there. Sometimes he can be on top, sometimes he can be set. Like, he's constantly changing with like how powerful he is.
They were all like that. I thought kind of like obviously that
I think there's always it always changes, but I think currently in the background. Khorne is on top because he's the one that's basically smashed
lots of skulls and blood going on,
And then you've got Tzeentch, which I think Tzeentch is always kind of second.
Right.
And then like Nurgle's just kind of like, now he's like, right, I'm going to kick shit into gear.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, in general, the battletome itself, it's got a cool section on painting and modelling.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It's always handy. If you are getting in, I'd definitely try and pick up the White Dwarf with the Maggotkin cover.
Yes.
Because it's that, like, paint splatter bit and about 3 other articles in it are absolutely amazing.
They're great
for doing like even if you're doing like Death Guard for 40k.
Yeah,
they're really handy. It's got
absolutely
such
anything.
Good,
anything with just like guts for any particular, guts, tentacles, all sorts of stuff that isn't even Nurgly.
Yeah.
It's just super, super useful, but especially for like the diseased.
Yeah, there'll be like check your your local news agents or GW. They normally have a fair few back copies, so it's well worth it.
Definitely worth it.
It's really. I think it's you put me onto that. You saw.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So I think in general that White Dwarf was just really good. But it was just that part in general was like, this is awesome. Yeah, this is really cool.
Super useful.
Yeah, but like rules wise, I think they're pretty strong now. Like,
they've become a lot better, haven't they?
They've become a lot better. I mean, I do think it's a bit weird that like speed's one of their strengths now.
Yeah, Yeah, they are quick.
Yeah, like super quick. If you want to kit your army out like that, it's it's super.
Yeah, it's
super
massive.
Quick.
Like the trees, along with like the bell on the Great Unclean One and stuff like that. Just makes them move so fast, and they're still just as hard to shift. Yeah, even more so in some cases, particularly like the old Lord of Blight's command ability on the Plague Bearers. Like a 30-man unit becoming -4 to hit and shooting is quite handy. Yeah, not a fan.
No, but yeah, it's I think it's cool. It's the book that I've been most excited. It's weird as well because the two that I most wanted was like a Nagash book and the Maggotkin book. And
what?
They pretty much both happened at once, which is cool. And I think the model range, you've got so many cool models available now.
Yep.
I hope you see a nice variety of armies.
They've had so much love, haven't they, across both systems recently as well.
There's really
even if you want to go as far out, kind of like think like 40k and stuff like that, a 30k even. There's like loads of like Nurgle iconography and stuff like that I'm sure you can pinch and just use throughout all three of these systems.
Yeah,
and stuff,
totally. So. They're very interchangeable. And again, saying if you want to do a full demon army for AOS, best value armies. You go straight into 40k. Which is really super helpful, and it's like that's just super cool.
That is great. Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I love it. I hopefully. I love it. I hopefully get my Lord of Blights finished next and get photos up on that on our Instagram and on Twitter. And
so many photos going up on there.
Yeah, like 2. Fucking hell, calm down, boys. But then I think I'm going to go for the Lord of Afflictions next.
Okay.
Because I think I'm going to try and speed paint a Feculent Narmal tomorrow.
All right. Okay. So interesting.
I bought the Skaven Fur.
Yep.
The
Storm Vermin
Fur spray.
Yep.
So I'm going to do it like that dusty ash kind of colour, and then really I'm gonna try and do it quite light, like a rotting flesh colour on the top.
Oh, right,
it goes down darker and darker, just with washes. And try and mainly paint it.
That inspired by any chance by the horns on your Rotagus?
Yeah, I mean it's helpful. Yeah. Or I might even start lighter in the tree and then darker on the branches. I don't know. I'll see, but I want to
check the Instagram. It might well be there already.
Yeah. But it won't.
Shout at Gary. Then.
Yeah. Instead of doing there's lots of like the tentacles that are on top of the Beast of Nurgle on the base. I think I'm going to do that like the maggots that are coming out of Rotakus's mouth. So Cadian flesh tone.
Yeah.
And then a mix of Bloodful of Blood God and Crimson
Carberg Crimson. Yeah.
To give because it's such a horrible look. In the best way. It genuinely looks like something horrible bursting out.
It's cool.
So I think that'll work really well.
Yeah, definitely. Look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. So sorry, that was a mainly me episode.
Had to be, bearing in mind that I hadn't seen the book.
Yeah. You're not gonna, because I like it too much.
There you go.
So if you want to catch us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/AgeofSigBrah. Andy, take the rest of it.
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at AgeofSigBrah. If you want to drop us an email, we are ageofsigbrah@gmail.com. We are sponsored by
Mierce Miniatures, that's MIERCE-miniatures.com, and elementgames.co.uk.
Yeah, remember to use the link in the show notes for Element Games to help support the show.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
That's it.
Bye! Bye.